Well, I could see in colour again. And it was good. Thomas came home from work one evening and noticed that I had managed to empty the laundry basket. Myself doing the laundry is a miracle within itself. I was not exactly better at this point, but I was starting to regain a little bit of my normal function. But I was getting better. How did I get better? Knitting. Knitting. See, holding two needles in front of me, it gave me support. It allowed a barrier between myself and somebody else, a safety net to get better. The anxiety had stopped when I was knitting. My head was calm. I kept knitting. I'm proud to say I am better. I am off the antidepressants, and I wake up at 6 a.m. every day, and I have a purpose again. You see, knitting is changing. The sum of the parts of knitting, they're greater than the whole. And it's not cast on, make a rib, a bit of stocking stitch, increase, decrease, back, front, 2 sleeves and a neckband. Knitting is relax, count, make, feel, and you. Then I had a problem. Well, a series of them. I had to learn to knit. I had to learn to read a knitting pattern. I had to find a wool company to work with. I needed a photographer. I needed an editor. I needed to design jumpers. I needed sponsorship. I needed to raise 19,000 to print the books. I needed a marketing plan. I needed to be brave enough to knit in public. And then I started my knitting group here in the Peckham Pelican every other Tuesday. Who ever said overcoming depression was going to be easy? And 8 months now off the antidepressants, I've rediscovered what normal mood is. You see, I did all of this to find a knitting pattern that I wanted to wear. Talk about being a drama queen. See, the market was barren. Knitting patterns were traditionally sexist. They all said, knit for your man. All of this to find a jumper that was not baggy, that was fitted and fashionable. So I did not look like the front cover of a Val Doonigan LP in a cardigan. So I raised the money. I got off the tablets. I learned to knit. I found the winner of, see, this is very me. I found the winner of the best food photographer in the world 2 years running to photograph the book. I found an editor, got the sponsorship, located models, wrote the marketing plan, knit on planes, tubes, trains, even in nightclubs and on the N36 bus. Designed the jumpers, and I can now write knitting patterns. Not to mention opening my own publishing company and finding distribution for my books and products. To be in this room today with my friends, it's a testimony for love. You loved me, and you helped me through my illness with visits and friendship. Thank you to all of you for your role in allowing me to start again. The list is long, but you know who you are. You have blessed me and allowed that little flame that is my soul to glow bright again, and boy, it's glowing these days. Thank you to all of you that helped me raise more than the 19,000 I needed. The Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign for the book came in at £21,000. When you've been through depression, you learn what it is to lose your dignity, so holding out an electronic begging bowl is perfectly acceptable. I produced a book in colour. I developed knitting accessories that were not feminine, because if you want a knitting needle case or bag or any accompaniment, they all have flowers on them on the market. Jumpers that were fitted and that were not baggy. Recipes to nibble at knitting club, and games to play with yarn too. The knitting industry has embraced my work. and are now available on most high streets. Knit and Nibble. It's a book of joy. Intro by Dr. Thomas, about how knitting is a form of mindfulness that we call knititation. And the visuals are stunning. The title of the most innovative book. He was my lodger for a few months, you know. How else do you sell a dishcloth? Put it in a dirty pot? Freudian slip. The title of the most innovative book in the world at the Gourmand World Cookbook Awards, the Oscars in food publishing, was bestowed upon my work in May. I cried with tears full of joy for the first time in years. My thanks goes to the people from Sirdar Yarn, who worked with me in everything to make it a reality. The professionalism and dedication of Julie's team is something to be treasured. Julie and Angela, thank you. Vision, reality and colour is what I was presented with. Having a life in colour has allowed for a new career. Knit Pro. Now these boys make knitting needles. Love you. You see, not only for their support in the book, but for their love and charity work. It's a different sort of company. The profits from this knitting needle company, they go to abused women in India. They provide a job, a home, food, clothing, shelter, schooling and transport, all for them and their children. So Knit and Nibble, well, it's a book aimed at male knitters. It'll teach you how to knit and how to buy some yarn, and it'll go through progressively. But why men? There's a gap in the market. It's a huge one. There hadn't been a man's knitting book out in 15 years. You see, my knitting group, which I started here in the Peck and Pelican over a year ago, and we sit over there every other Tuesday night from 7 to 9. We have about 140 members on the list now. 50% of that attend every week are generally male. And the status quo of knitting patterns and the different stitches is present in my group. But does the industry leave people behind? See, pattern images for a knitting pattern are inherently heterosexual. They're Anglo-Saxon. When 1 in 4 school children, according to the BBC, is a black and other ethnic minority. And they always have 2.4 children. See, it's not easy for a man to walk into a wool shop because he's confronted by everything that he is not. Don't get me wrong, the staff are great and you can have a laugh in a wool shop. But the visuals don't work for blokes. Knit and Nibble is my comeback. This past 2 weeks have been a blessing. I think I'm in a wee bit of shock. Every day I look at the sky and I just say thank you. We now have listings in the UK, Australia and North America. It's gone global, with editions in French, German, Chinese, Japanese, Dutch and Flemish coming out next year. Every day I give my thanks. The press have been so supportive to me. Articles in the Telegraph have called my work pearls of wisdom. Knitting magazines talk about the joy and colours of my designs. And Let's Knit magazine have said we can't get enough of James McIntosh. Time Out London says it'll be well worth it. And tomorrow, Dr. Thomas and I are up at 5 a.m. to go on Sky News to tell the story at 9:15 a.m. See, life is good because Dr. Thomas has learnt not to put knitwear in the boil wash. My dreams, I can have them again. My life is in colour. I am James McIntosh, and I knit and I nibble, celebrating life's patterns, recipes and games.
So with that, we're going to have James read one of the passages in the book that he's put together, and then we're going to get Dr. Thomas back up here, now that we have gone from darkness into lightness and mindfulness. So, without further ado, do you know what you're going to say? No? Yeah? Kind of? Okay.
I was never any good at art, but my friend Toby Rye is. He teaches it, he's a bit clever. And Toby and I worked together about the idea of colour. And I just want to read one paragraph. Because when we look at a consumer-based society that says, I need, I want, I must have. See, to me, colour is about confidence, not colour theory. The use of colour in a scientific way, much has been written and debated about on the subject, but it's all suggestive. Of course, and if your choice is pleasant to you, then you will wear the item that you have knitted in that colour. Surely the confidence of the wearer is the true definition of style rather than something that's in a fashion magazine. Because the spectral light waves that emanate from your clothes do not show the confidence that you have inside. Choose some colour you like